What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Yakuza Fan Podcast, episode 39 for November 23rd, 2017. I'm your host, Deacon, and I'm here as always with Lachlan.
Hello.
There we go. Perfect. So, there's surprisingly not a lot of news this week, but what is this week is really good. So, why don't we jump right into Yakuza stuff, and then we can go into what we've been playing, stuff like that. Sound good?
Yep.
Okay, so where do we start here? Okay, first of all, right now, if you go on to yakuza.sega.com/Y6ArtContest, that's all one word, you can vote for the final piece of art to be added to the Yakuza 6 Essence of Art Edition art book. So, when Sega's putting together these art books, they got fans to submit all of their art to go in the book. They're also going to put in like a bunch of behind-the-scenes stuff and official stuff, all sorts of crap for you to sink your teeth into. But they wanted a celebration for fans and fan works in the book too. They got so many submissions, allegedly, that they couldn't pick the final page of the Essence of Art Edition book. So they put, I believe it's 14 artworks up for you to vote on. So head over to that URL, yakuza.sega.com/Y6ArtContest. And you can vote for the final piece of art to make it into that booklet. Now, the only difference between the Essence of Art Edition and the After Hours Premium Edition, the After Hours Premium Edition has a book that is going to contain all of the art regardless. It's just the Essence of Art Edition that's getting the shorter, truncated version. So anyone that's getting the Premium Edition is getting the full art book with all of the art in it. It's an extra, what is it? I think it's an extra $80 compared to the Essence of Art Edition. So, with that, you get the glasses, the ice, the book. That's the one that I've pre-ordered. Lachlan, did you pre-order the book yet? Or did you pre-order Yakuza 6 yet?
Nope. That's too rich for my blood.
What, Yakuza is?
Any kind of special edition of Yakuza 6.
Yeah. Honestly, the special edition of Yakuza 6 is almost too much for me. Like, that is one of those things where it's like, I feel like I should get it just for the site so I can, unbox it and just have all this cool merch. But at the same time, I've never really been a collector's edition kind of person. But, no, we'll see. We'll see. It'll be interesting to see whether the collector's edition goes down in price. Like any time after launch. I know I just ordered the Sonic Mania special edition and it was like 50% off. I got it from the Amazon Deals warehouse. And I thought there was only like a small limited number of those made. And I just ordered that and that's going to be my Christmas present to me. I've already got it wrapped under my Christmas tree and my kids are bugging me about who the present's for and what's inside. Little do they know, it's for me and it's a big ass Sonic. I can't wait. I don't know. Does anyone else do that? Like, is that a normal thing for parents to buy themselves presents to put under the tree? Or is that just me being weird?
Yeah, I've never heard of this.
See, I always like it when on Christmas morning, all the kids are opening their presents and, I'm just sitting there watching them. But don't get me wrong, it's fun. I love seeing the kids enjoy what they get. But I always get the question of, what did you get for Christmas, Dad? And it's, whatever. You guys got presents. Grown-ups don't really get Christmas presents. But it's fun. I like getting Christmas presents. So, big old Sonic. Anyways.
A half-made statue.
What do you mean half-made?
I mean, you got to solder that wire
That's,
to get it to work properly.
It is working properly. That was left disconnected on purpose, I think. Like one...
Oh, on purpose, was it?
Why? Because when you turn on the system, it plays that sound cue, and then it's powered off. If you turn on the system and it left the LED running and you forgot to turn the system off, it would wind the battery down. So I think they just had to make a choice. Do we give them the option to leave it on forever, or do we save the battery so that at any time they can play the Sega sound?
That is one of the dumbest things I've ever heard.
I mean, yeah, but...
It's a lot easier to get new batteries than it is to solder a wire on.
Very true. Look, I don't know. I'm thinking about soldering it on. There's a...
I'm making excuses for Sega.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, the other amazing, awesome Yakuza news this week. The Yakuza Kiwami 2 Japanese and Chinese demo is now out. It is 9 gigs. You can get it from either the Hong Kong store with Chinese subs, or you can get it from the Japanese store with Japanese subs. They are pretty much the same. The Hong Kong version is the one that I grabbed because when the full game releases, the Hong Kong version is about $50 cheaper than the Japanese version. So that's the one I'm going for. I'm going to get it digital day one. And that's already pre-ordered, and that's going to start pre-downloading any day now. So yeah, Hong Kong version all the way for me. There are a few little quirks that I don't know how it passed certification. Like they forgot to swap icons on some of the buttons. So if you like pull up Kiryu's phone to take a photo, it says like press circle to take a photo. But in the Hong Kong version, it's the same as the North American version where they've got the X and the circle swapped, but they didn't update the iconography on the phone itself in the game, which is annoying, but I feel like I'm going to get used to it eventually. Other than that...
Maybe. I think it'll be real bad when you get to any minigame and there's a button prompt there that's wrong.
So far, that doesn't seem to be an issue. It's just the camera and I think in the menus. Like the menu itself says to press circle to go back, and I end up... or X to go back, and I keep confirming things. But overall, it's actually not too bad of an experience. I can deal with it, you know?
Yeah.
To say 50, to say $50,
Sony Hong Kong certification.
Sony Hong Kong certification is very lax.
Yeah.
I'm still mad that I can't. I'm still mad that I can't buy that Wonder Boy game. I need 90 Hong Kong dollars for Wonder Boy.
Oh yeah. The original Wonder Boy.
Yeah, the remake. Yeah. And that's pretty much it. So I downloaded the Kiwami 2 demo, and I played through it at 1 a.m. and recorded my first impressions and reactions, and that's up on YouTube right now. You can go check it out. I had so much fun. I was so tired. I was listening to the recording, and it's like, oh wow, I'm not even making sense at this point. At one point, I just had my cell phone up, and I'm recording like background animation going on and on about how cool it is. At one point, I think I burst into tears. It was fun. And then I was up until 3 a.m. getting the footage cut, exported, and uploaded. And Lachlan, you can attest to that. You were keeping me company while it was getting made.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what time it was there. I can tell you, it was like 4 in the afternoon here.
Yeah, it was like 3 o'clock in the morning for me. It was real bad. I think I got to sleep at around about 3:30 that night. And then I was up at 7 o'clock to go to work the next day. Totally worth it. What's that?
Such dedication to your craft.
You know what? I can't help it. Even if I wasn't running Yakuza fan doing all this, I would still be playing the Kiwami 2 demo at 1 o'clock in the morning. Like, I love these games so much. It's so much fun. What I should have
be exporting footage though.
No, but I would have still been awake just playing Kiwami 2. Like even after I had it uploading, I'm just sitting there like, oh, what do I want to do now? Do I go to sleep or do I just power through? And I turned on my PlayStation 4. I brought up the Kiwami 2 intro screen. I made it for about 10 minutes, and then I was just like, no, I can't do it. I got to go to sleep. I just like passed out. Like my controller was in bed next to me the next morning. Let's face it, we've all been there. Yeah. So, impressions of Q.
So go check out that out on the YouTube.
Yeah.
While you're there, like, comment, and subscribe.
Yes, please. That's actually the name of one of the sub stories in Yakuza 6. They have there's this sub story that they keep showing off that's all about a YouTuber who's like going out to find like the real Kamurocho, and he's walking around with a cell phone and a selfie stick, and he keeps getting himself in these really ridiculous situations, and Kiryu has to show up and help him out. It's one of the best sub stories in the entire game. Next to maybe the one with the runaway Roomba. That one's really good.
How is this Roomba running away?
It's so good. Okay, slight spoilers for Yakuza 6. This is just sub-story spoilers, nothing major. At one point, you go down the street with a bowling alley, and Kiryu hears someone yelling, "Hey, stop that! It's getting away!" And then some dude runs into Kiryu, and he explains that, "Oh, I'm an inventor," and I think he's an inventor. It's been a little bit here. It's been like a year since I played it, but he's like, "Oh, I modded my Roomba, so now it's got like extra horsepower, but it got away from me." And thus begins the best chase sequence in Yakuza history, where you have to chase a Roomba through the streets of Kamurocho with the Dragon Engine. It's so much fun, and it works surprisingly well. I really usually hate the chase missions, but this one's really good, and that even comes back later, like in another chase mission that's just as ridiculous. Like, I think I said it in my review. The sub-stories for Yakuza 6 are the best part of that game, just because they're all ridiculous. So
yeah, there's no semblance of real drama anymore.
It's weird. Like, there's this weird... I can't remember if it's called a sub-story or like a drama mission or something like that, where like you get a phone call from someone and they're like, "Oh, I've set a fire in Kamurocho somewhere. You have 5 minutes to put it out." And then you have to run and find the fire. And then you have to find a fire extinguisher, which is somewhere in the vicinity. So you're on a time limit and you just have to like have a little scavenger hunt to try and put out this fire. And there's a set amount of fires and fire extinguishers. So if you like can't find one in one area and you grab one that's supposed to be for another fire, boy, you better know where you left that other fire extinguisher, because you're going to have to run for it later. In case you can't tell, I am crazy excited for Yakuza 6. I know I already beat it. It's not my favorite by any stretch of the imagination. I would say that it's probably one of the weakest plots in the series. But overall,
now you can play it with more memes.
That's fine with me. Like, I just once it's in English, I'm the biggest worry that I have right now is that Yakuza 6 is going to come through with those loot boxes. The clan creator stuff in Yakuza 6 is... I found it to be mediocre at best. I don't think it's a very fun minigame for me personally. It's not fully featured enough to be interesting, and it's too passive to keep my attention. Like, it's basically like an RTS rock paper scissors. Oh, there's a gunner. Okay, well I have to put a heavy. Oh, there's a heavy. I have to put a guy that does quick attacks, stuff like that. And it's just like this really simple rock, paper, scissors RTS system. And if you've got either certain codes or specific cards, you can get stronger characters that make it easier to beat those sub-stories. The problem is Sega Japan sells blind card packs for 500 yen each on the PSN. So literally Yakuza 6 in Japan has loot boxes for the worst part of the game. And
just don't play that part of the game.
If you want to go for 100% completion, you're going to have to. You can get, don't get me wrong, you can get through it without the loot box stuff. It just makes it quicker to do so. Overall, though, it sucks. Like, I can't stand loot boxes. I have a real problem with them, and the fact that they're in Yakuza 6 bugs the shit out of me. So, with any luck, Sega US won't bring those over. I can't tell whether they're in Kiwami 2. Like, the RTS stuff is back, except this time, instead of like creating the Kiryu clan, you have to help the Majima Corporation from rival companies attacking it while they're trying to build Kamurocho Hills, which is great. Like, I like the concept way more. But again, I don't know if there's going to be more loot boxes, and no one's saying anything. It's not listed anywhere whether there's going to be loot boxes. But Shinri Gogotoku is also coming this year, which has it's a card-based mobile phone RPG. So, yeah.
You could just shift it all over to that.
That's what I'm hoping. But I'll be honest, what I would prefer is having them link up somehow. Like if Kiwami 2 and Riga Gotoku Online, not Shinri Gotoku. If Riga Gotoku Online has cards that carry over from Kiwami 2, and like any that you buy either through the decks in Riga Gotoku Online transfer back to Kiwami 2 so that you can use them, I'd be okay with that. since Ryugotoku Online is supposed to be free, or free to play anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but Kiwami 2, my impression so far, it's fantastic. It's such a step up from Yakuza 6 in terms of like the engine feels a lot more solid. The frame rate is way smoother. They have finally added back different heat actions. One of the biggest issues that I had with Yakuza 6 is there was only 4 different types of heat actions. So like, depending on the weapon you had, if you had a gun, all of the gun heat actions are exactly the same. If you had like a pole-like weapon, all of the pole heat actions were exactly the same. There was no variety. Like if you had say an oil drum or the giant cone or any of like the larger weapons, like a garbage can, every single heat action exactly the same. And that sucked. That was one of the worst parts of 6 again. That looks like that's been rectified in Kiwami 2. They've really doubled down the amount of heat actions. I would say that they've been just adding them ever since they got the engine up and running.
Yeah. 6 just seems like a first step with that engine.
And that was one of my biggest disappointments with 6. Like, they touted it as Kazuma Kiryu's final story. And it felt like that kind of jump they usually save for like the spin-off titles. You know what I mean? Like when they went from PS2 to PS3, they did Kenzen. When they went from PS3 to PS4, they did Ishin. And those were like the big jumping points in each of their engines for the next generation of Ryugotoku games. 6, using the Dragon engine, that I really feel like 6 should have been a spin-off game that got the engine up and running, and then they had that extra 2 years of developing the engine to get it ready for Yakuza 6. Like they did with Yakuza 0.
Yeah, I mean, they could have just been like confident in that engine and been like, hey, we want to show off how cool this engine is on a mainstream title.
I guess.
It looks so cool.
And you're not wrong, but there's so many little things that just are not finished. Like there are streets that are just closed. Like you're running around Kamurocho and like the entire back where what's it called, Purgatory is. The streets are just closed and they've got just literal barriers up and a policeman standing there. They're like, nah, you guys can't go up here. And that's it. And you never go up there.
Yeah, don't pay attention to those parts.
It's hard not to.
How shiny Kiryu's face is.
Yeah, he looks great for like, what is he, 50 now?
Yeah, something like that.
But going back to Kiwami 2, Sotenbori looks amazing. I am really, really impressed. Another thing I was doing in my video, I kept mixing up Sotenbori and Dotonbori, since Sotenbori is based on Dotonbori, so I just kept swapping the names out at random. And I knew I was doing it, but I couldn't stop myself. But I don't know. If you guys have any interest in checking out Kiwami 2, just go grab that demo. It's 9 gigs. It's this perfect little slice. It's not very long. There's just enough time in it to... like, realistically, if you just follow the story in it, you can beat the entire thing in about 20 minutes. But if you hang off doing the story missions, you can just run around town, you can go visit the Club Sega, play the claw games. That's another thing. Yakuza 6, there's no claw games. All the claw machines are just replaced with just a generic empty machine, and you can't use them. Yeah, like I said, just not finished.
I feel like that's been around since the first one.
Yeah, it has. That's what it blew my mind. So, Kiwami 2, though, it's all finished. The claw machines have been completely redone. You can finally play them. The soundtrack, I am in love with Kiwami 2's soundtrack. It is like the smoothest jazz while you're walking around Sotenbori. Like, Kiwami 1 and 0 with that mix of dubstep and rock. And this is just jazz. And it's perfect. Like, it considering the original theme song of the Crazy Ken Band was used for Yakuza 2. Giving this a more jazz soundtrack is so much more fitting. I don't know if that's going to change in the main game, but so far for the demo, that battle theme is...
It'll probably change for the English version. I get those rights out of Japan.
I don't think so, since it's background music. The theme will definitely change. the theme is, done by an actual, major Japanese band. I think it's it's, what is it? Sim by A? I don't know. Honestly, I really don't like the Kiwami 2 theme song very much. I'm not going to be upset if it gets replaced, but honestly, I would like it to be a more vocal track. I think that Crazy Ken was the best, and that should be kept for Kiwami 2, since it really set the tone and the time period that it was made. Even if it was like a remix, or if they got the band back together to do the song for Kiwami 2. I know it's not going to sell records, and it's not going to have that nice cross promotion that gets the young audience, which is why they put all these modern bands in the game. But at the same time, it's the Crazy Ken soundtrack was way more fitting, in my opinion. That's pretty much it. Get Kiwami 2, you guys. It's crazy good. The demo's out now. The full game comes out, I think, on the 7th of December, if I recall. I could be wrong on that one.
That's pretty soon.
What's that?
That's pretty soon.
Yeah, it's right around the corner. If you pre-order it 2 days before release or thereabouts, you're able to preload the game to your console. It's probably going to be around 40 gig. That's how big Yakuza 6 was. And considering this seems to be, twice as big, I would hazard it's going to be around 40 gigs. Now they've done some optimization. I would guess 40 gigs for this one. What else? I think that's pretty much...
What PSN account do you need for that? Japan or Hong Kong?
Japan or Hong Kong. If you're signing up for a PSN account and if you just want to play the demo, you don't plan on pre-ordering anything like that, you can check out that. Go to the Hong Kong store. It is completely in English, so registering for an account there, as long as you can just Google a Hong Kong postal code, it's real easy. The entire sign-up process is in English, so you won't get lost. That's my recommendation there. What else is there? Oh, if you need to, if you're playing the demo and you want to know what all of the menus and stuff like that say, head over to, let me just bring up the link here. Hold on, where is it? I've lost it.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
It's here somewhere. Lachlan, fill time for me while I find this. Oh, here it is. Never mind, I found it. Okay, head over to dojimasdragongirl.wordpress.com. And she has put together a completely translated menu for Kiwami 2. And it makes it way easier. The first thing that I did when I started playing was invert my camera, because I cannot stand playing with the default camera in these games. Of course, I don't speak Chinese. It is worse than my Japanese, which is almost non-existent. So you get to see me muddle through the menus. I turned off the blood. I turned off the mini-map. I turned off the mini-map rotation. And then I sat there and scratched my head and I was like, what did I just do? Because I couldn't work it out. Because I was there fiddling with my camera and I didn't even notice anything was wrong. I'm pretty sure I said that I was going to cut that out. Nothing gets cut. Don't be crazy.
There's no time for video editing at 3 a.m.
No, there's not. It was more a case of okay, let's get this audio commentary track over the gameplay footage. I hope the levels are good, because this is the best they get. This is all I can do at this hour. And that was pretty much it for Kiwami 2 talk. Lachlan, do you have any questions about Kiwami 2 I might be able to field here?
Nah.
Nothing carries over.
I don't remember much of from the demo.
They're not in Yakuza 6, because it's the start of the game. Or anything that you do carries over to the main game, even the save file.
Yeah. This is just halfway through or something.
I would say about 1/3. It's just I don't want to give any spoilers for anyone who hasn't played Yakuza 2 yet, but I would say it's about 1/3 of the way through.
Because I didn't get that far.
One day you're going to have to play Yakuza 2, Lachlan. It is one of the best in the series.
Well, I can just play Kiwami 2.
Yeah, but then I always feel like there's something lost going straight to Kiwami. I don't know how to explain it. I feel like I mentioned this in my review of Yakuza Kiwami 1. The game felt at odds with itself, with how tonally different it was. Yakuza 1 was such a darker more serious story. And then in the Kiwami engine, it's just everything's a lot more bright, cheerful. The sub stories are a lot more wacky. Like every sub story had this weird edge to it in Yakuza 1. Don't get me wrong, not all of them, but a lot of them did. Like a lot of the sub stories were played a little bit more serious instead of wacky. Don't get me wrong, there were some wacky sub stories, but for the most part, the most memorable ones were deadpan the whole way. So yeah, I think it's totally worth going back and checking out the original titles. Like if you can play them on original hardware on a CRT TV with like a nice whiskey.
I can't find a CRT.
What's that?
I said I can't find a CRT.
I think I have a CRT somewhere
PS2
around here.
Though.
I know, I've got my PS2 hooked up like all the time. If you've got one of the original gen PlayStation 3s, like the 80 gig backwards compatibility model, check that shit out.
Not here. Yeah, if you're in Australia, don't bother because they never released it here.
I think my PS3 got a yellow light of death, so that doesn't work anymore. It's very sad. Rest in peace. So yeah, like I said,
it may have had software emulation, and then they pulled that out with an update. Thanks, Sony.
I think. What are the? Don't they still have that though?
For PS2 games?
Okay, yeah, they've got downloadable PS2 games. I don't understand why Sega never put up Yakuza 1 and 2 as downloadable titles. Like, just throw them up there. Like, who gives a shit?
Time to remaster games.
You don't even need to remaster them. Don't put them on the PS4. Just put them up on the PS2 as PS2 classics. Like, on the PS3 as PS2 classics. Like, the Persona. Every single Shin Megami Tensei title for PS2 is available for download on the PlayStation 3. They're like $5 a pop. And I know I've bought all of them. I haven't played any of them. Because I'm an idiot.
Well, you played Fez that way.
What else is in the demo? Oh, okay, so the demo brought back the hunger system and the different kind of leveling up system where you have to train individual stats. I'm still not super sold on it, just because it's just extra messing about. But
yeah, is that from 6 as well?
Yeah, I don't think there's any gyms in Kiwami 2 though. Like they had the tie-in with Rise Up.
Yeah,
it's RIZAP, Rise Up. the modern Tokyo gym.
Yeah, that checks out.
Yeah. And in Yakuza 6, you can go into the gym and you can get super buff, and then you get like meal plans. Like you get a personal trainer to help train Kiryu. You choose what kind of exercise you're going to do, what part of the body you're going to work out. And then your trainer goes, okay, you did great today, Kiryu. The next part of your training, I'm going to need you to eat something with like lots of carbs. Like you need to carb up. And you get a meal plan, and then you have to find that restaurant in town and eat it, and then it gives you a massive stat boost for sticking to your training regimen, which I thought was really cool.
Now, I know you've been eating money for the last 30 years.
No, he only eats money. He only eats money in Zero.
So it's just regular experience points?
Yeah, he gets stat point. What does he get? He gets experience points in 1 and 2, maybe 3, and then he gets like orbs in 4? I can't remember. It's been my brain is such a jumble with Yakuza games. I can't remember exactly how it goes. But at one point they make the change to like a sphere grid system. I think that might have started in Ishin, maybe. I hated it.
That's how the samurais do it.
I hate it. I can't stand sphere grids.
Sphere grid's only bad when you get when you have to get the movement or the actual unlocking spheres from enemies as a random drop. I don't mind beating enemies for experience, then unlocking things on a grid. That's fine.
Yeah, but it's not that. It is.
Don't make me also have to get a drop.
No. It is. If you want the experience orb for this specific style, beat the enemy with using this specific style. Like if you want more rush style spheres, beat more enemies in rush style. Stuff like that.
Yeah, that's not bad.
I don't
just
like
specific experience for specific styles.
I don't like it.
Fine with that.
And again, I'm you know what rush style you actually Yakuza 0 you use cash to invest in your spheres, so it's not that bad. Maybe it's Ishin that uses the proper spheres. I don't think 5 does. You know what? Someone's going to call me out in the comments for being completely wrong. Please do. I fielded a comment today, and he's like, wow, for a Yakuza fan, you're really bad at this. I'm like, yeah, I know. You don't have to point that out. I'm fucking awful at Yakuza games.
It's also entirely in Chinese. What do
you
want?
It's in Chinese at 1 a.m. And I'm like, yeah, I'm really bad at Yakuza. This is a known quantity at this point. What else do we have going on here?
You're more just a hype man.
You know what? You can be bad at video games and still enjoy playing them. Like, Yakuza is hands down my favorite series. And I suck at them. Like, I've never 100% of the game. I've never played through it on hard mode because I just don't care to. But you know what? When my final playtime on like normal mode, first playthrough, before I reach the ending is usually between 100 and 200 hours. Just because of all the fussing about that I do in the game. Like, I grind and just hang out in the cities. Like,
you still haven't hit 100%.
No.
You spent all this time on.
I hang out at the Club Sega. I eat at the restaurants. Like, I am such a slow player because I take my time and I savor it.
I just play Virtual Fighter.
Yeah.
I buy Yakuza games so I can play Virtual Fighter.
That was one of the things that pissed me off in the Kiwami 2 demo. There's all these posters up everywhere for these games that won't be released for like another 10 years.
Oh,
like, come on, guys. Yeah, I know.
It's so anachronistic.
I know. They were so good about it in Zero. Like, every single poster in Zero looks amazing, and they're all time period specific. And then they just like throw like a Virtual Fighter 5 Final Showdown poster in 2001. It's like, oh.
Yeah. You know what? Maybe in Shin Yakuza, it's going to turn out that this is the advancement of that virtual reality helmet guy.
That would be amazing.
Virtual reality playing Kiwami 2.
You know what? It would be so amazing if Shinri Gogotoku retcons the main Gogotoku series to be like, all of that was just Ichiban training using the iFighter machine.
Yeah.
He never had a daughter. It's like that one bit from Rick and Morty. Oh, God.
Well, that was the... What's it called? I love that meta bit in Metal Gear Solid. That VR missions that came with the special edition.
Yeah.
Is the VR training that Raiden goes through in Metal Gear Solid 2.
Oh, okay. Hold on, you know what? I need to just do some quick Googling here. Oh, hold on.
I'm not as big of a fan of the idea that Twin Snakes is also VR training. Because of how ridiculous that is. I think that's just Kojima wanted it to be the Matrix.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay, yeah, I was just confirming the dates for Virtual Fighter 5. June 5th, 2012 is when Virtual Fighter 5 came out. So...
Yeah, isn't Kiwami set in like 2006?
Yeah.
Should be fine.
Well, Kiwami 1 is set in 2005. Kiwami 2, 2006.
Yeah. That's what I meant.
Yeah. Oh, man, I am so excited. I am so excited for Kiwami 2.
They could have been thinking that far ahead.
Like, just this year, we've had Yakuza 0, Kiwami 1, Kiwami 2. Like, it is such a good year for Yakuza fans, both in English and Japanese. Like, it's fantastic.
Yeah. You play first, Kiwami 2 or 6?
Kiwami 2. Like, Kiwami 2 is coming out in just a couple of weeks, so I'm going to be playing the shit out of that.
When's 6 come out?
6 comes out like March
These release dates again. Oh, I didn't realize that far away.
Yeah. It's a surprisingly far time away. But like when Yakuza 6 comes out in English, Hokuto Gotoku comes out in Japanese, and I'm going to be playing that. Like, it's such a fantastic time. Speaking of which, they
have to catch up on Fist of the North Star first.
What's that?
You're going to have to catch up on Fist of the North Star so you know what the hell's going on.
I'm pretty sure I'm actually already caught up on Fist of the North Star. There was one point a couple of years ago where I just sat down and read the entire series from start to whatever the latest chapter was. So, and I got to be honest, a lot of it is the same. they retell a lot of the same storylines over and over again. Like, someone gets kidnapped, they have a fight, someone explodes, Ken says you're already dead. It's great. Speaking of which, the Hokuto Gotoku box art was finally announced, and it's like this amazing illustration by the original mangaka. Tetsuo Hara did the actual box art for Hokuto Gotoku. It's just got like this cool, amazing, like hugely detailed version of Ken holding. I think it's Erika, if I recall. It's been a little while since I've read the comic. I'm pretty sure that's Erika, possibly Elika. I can't remember the translation. I've read so many scanlations at this point.
Yeah, that might be a little on the nose because isn't that Jonathan Joestar's wife?
Is it? I don't remember. You know what?
Oh, that's Arena. Sorry.
Yes, you know what? Someone is like yelling at me in the comments who Ken is holding in that box art. I could be completely wrong. Again, it's been a couple of years since I read it, and I'm real bad with faces, and they're drawn or otherwise. So yeah. But I love it. Well, I think it's fantastic box art. If they bring it out in the West, that better be the box art because it looks amazing.
Yeah, it won't be. It'll be, I don't know, shirtless Ken. Standing there in an action pose.
Oh.
CG model.
Yeah. You know what? I would be okay with that. Like, have you seen the Yakuza 6 English box art was released as well? I like it better than the Japanese one. The Japanese one is just this mishmash of, like, Kiryu and,
General Ryuga Gotoku.
Yeah, it's Kiryu, Beat Takeshi, like a whole bunch of other here's all the famous Japanese actors in the game. The English box art is just Kiryu with his like shirtless Kiryu with his back to the camera with the dragon, which is an homage to the Yakuza 1 box art. Like he's standing in the exact same pose as the Yakuza 1 box art. And then standing directly behind him now is Haruka holding Haruto. And it's just this... I love it. I think it's so well done, and it just... They've said before they're going for the feeling of family and what that means in the English translation of Yakuza 6. I mean, don't get me wrong, that was kind of the point of the game, but they're really trying to convey that sense of family. Yeah, like they're going all in on what that means, on what family means. And I, for one, welcome that. Yakuza 6...
That's nice and all.
Yeah.
How will you know that Beat Takeshi's in the game? If you don't see his face on the box.
I don't feel like enough people in the West know who Beat Takeshi is to care. I mean, how many people do you think realize that Beat Takeshi is the Takeshi from Takeshi's Castle?
Almost zero, because that, well, at least here they took out all the fun original Takeshi's Castle stuff and replaced it with horrible Big Brother contestants just commentating over it.
Oh, God. I thought they still dubbed it, though. I'm pretty sure Beat Takeshi is still in it. Like, I thought he was like the one guy in it that still speaks Japanese in the English dub.
I don't remember, because I don't remember how many people actually get to beat Takeshi in his weird tank with the
I'm pretty. See, I thought the Beat Takeshi was just in it, like dressed in like a full like feudal lord outfit. Like,
he's the final challenge.
Yeah, I understand he's the final challenge, but he's also presiding over the challenges. Like, he's there for the opening ceremony of the obstacle course. Man, that is such a good show. Like, if they put all of Takeshi's Castle, like the original Japanese version, up on like Netflix or Amazon, I'd be all over that.
Yeah. It'd be such a good thing to just throw on.
Yeah, just to have it on in the background. Okay, so that's about it for Yakuza stuff. Go check out those box arts. Go play Kiwami 2 demo. That's it. So why don't we move on to what we've been playing this week? Lachlan, do you want to go first here?
Yeah, it's a pretty short one.
Okay.
Still going through Kingdom Hearts Unchained.
Okay.
Or Union, or whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah.
I'm about 51% through the story missions.
Okay.
I'm up to mission like 578. It's insane. Other than that, went to my friend's place and I brought around the Legend of Zelda amiibo.
Yeah.
So we were just scanning in Amiibo into Breath of the Wild all night.
And just having fish and bread and shit fall from the sky.
Yeah, we got the Wind Waker boomerang.
Hell yeah. What's the difference?
Came out of one of the chests. It's just a fairly strong boomerang.
Okay, is it cell shaded?
No, but it's the same design.
Oh, okay.
As the Wind Waker
So
one.
I wish they would have just doubled down on
something.
this like big cell shaded boomerang, like make it completely out of place in the world.
Yeah.
I would be okay with that. Still don't have
double
a Switch?
Epona. Nope, still don't have a Switch.
What are you doing with yourself, Lachlan?
So I played a bit of that. I beat the trial of the sword for him in like the first third of it.
Yeah.
That's a pain in the ass.
That's the DLC, right?
Yeah, it's the thing that you do it to keep the Master Sword like strong.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so it doesn't bloody break. Ugh.
Oh no, it will still break. This is the thing that annoyed the shit out of us after we did it.
Oh, it still breaks. It's just stronger.
The Master Sword in general has about 30 strength, which is okay. It's not great.
Yeah.
But if you're around any of the bosses or like corrupted guardians,
yeah,
the strength gets doubled to 60.
That's not bad.
Yeah, and it's just a really great single-handed sword.
Yeah.
But when you're away from those, it's just okay.
Yeah.
So if you do the trial of the sword, then it will always be at 60 no matter what.
Okay, well that's not bad.
It will still break.
Okay, well,
and then it takes about 10 minutes to recharge.
Is there one that like just gives you like unlimited durability for it?
Not that I've seen, no.
Oh, yeah, that's a shame.
For some reason, they're really into that durability system.
Honestly, that killed it for me. I played like 5 hours of Breath of the Wild. I'm like, this is amazing. I cannot deal with this breaking weapon shit. Like, I cannot stand it. Like, I don't mind like throwing my weapon away to get something stronger, but when I'm muddling around at the start and all I can get is like tree branches, and then my tree branch breaks and it's a scramble to get another tree branch, like what I would have preferred is like maybe while I'm attacking the moblins, if I mess up, they can like disarm me and I have to scramble to pick my branch up off the ground. Like if there was some kind of like parrying mechanic that, or is it a parry when someone disarms you in a sword fight?
No, I think it's just an disarmament.
Okay.
Parry is just knocking your weapon away.
Yeah. But yeah, if there was some way when you were fighting moblins that they could knock your weapon away, and you...
Oh, I mean, they can still do that.
Why isn't it got unlimited durability? Oh, fuck that game. Yeah. I want to like it so much. It's like the first time in a Zelda game, I'm like, yeah, I kind of like this. And then
I really wish the Master Sword had just had infinite durability.
There's no reason for it not to.
Yeah, well, other than how easy it is to get.
I guess.
In general.
Still.
I will say having it does temper that a bit. Where I'm like, I'm okay with how it is now, because it's like, it lasts a fair while, and then it takes like 10 minutes to get back to being useful.
Yeah.
So in those 10 minutes, it's like, well, I'll just use one of these other 50 weapons that I picked up.
That's fair, I guess.
So it's okay now. I would still prefer, hey, this Master Sword just doesn't break. Use it as you want.
Yeah, no, it's same here. Like, I really hope... See, if there is a DLC that gives the Master Sword unlimited stamina, like, the fact is, everyone's going to be done with the game at that point, and they're all playing the challenge, and who gives a shit if it gives it unlimited stamina right at the end? It's almost better for me to come in after the fact, like, after all the DLC is out and said and done, and, like, play it that way. I do want to play Breath of the Wild.
Well, that's the thing, is, like, since he just started, as soon as you get the Master Sword, you can go do the trials to power it up. So we did that immediately and boosted its strength by 20.
Nice.
Which is, now it's still fairly decent. And it's like, well, this was real easy, and you could do it as soon as you get the Master Sword. So why wouldn't you?
Yeah. Oh, boy.
The one that's really going to bug me is, I don't know if there's a shield with a similar kind of deal. The shield can still break
like
retardedly easily.
Shield? Yeah. I always like the rusted swords. I thought that was such a cool mechanic, how to de-rust those swords.
Yeah.
Like you
throw them in an Octorok.
Yeah, throw them in an Octorok. I think that's so cool. Like, what a cool mechanic.
It's yeah, like the shields had durability in Skyward Sword as well. But at the end of that game, you because it's a prequel, you forge the Hylian Shield.
Oh, that's cool. Is it Hylian or Hylian?
I believe it's Hylian.
Damn. Okay.
Because it's Hyrule.
I guess, yeah. Anyway, back to Hyrule.
But yeah, that that shield, because you forge it at the end of the game, is, canonically from that point forward indestructible.
Yeah.
And it's the shield he uses in every other game that can't be broken. So it's going to be real stupid if Breath of the Wild, it's like, here you go, this shield just breaks in 5 minutes like everything else.
Ugh. God, that's such a shame. Oh.
Hey, do you want to surf on it? It'll break. What a terrible mechanic.
Oh, I can't say. I can't do it. I already don't have time to play all the games I want to play, and fact is, I don't want to be fucking around with weapons that just explode. I know we're getting this conversation way late. Like, Breath of the Wild's been out for 8 months at this point, but still, it bugs me. What else have you been playing? Let's move on from Breath of the Wild.
Well, unfortunately, after that, I got a Zelda bug, so I borrowed a Wii U Pro controller and been going through Twilight Princess HD.
Hell yeah! Is that just as good as you remembered, or better?
Or
worse?
I would say slightly not as good.
Really? Did the Wii controller make such a difference?
I don't think it made that much of a difference. It might have just been maybe the nostalgia around that that I feel.
Okay.
Because I played that when the Wii came out, and it was such a long wait between Wind Waker and Twilight Princess.
Yeah, is Link left-handed or right-handed in that one?
In the GameCube and HD versions, he's left-handed. In the Wii version, he's right-handed because the entire game is mirrored.
Yeah, they flipped the world. I remember that. Cool.
I think there's a hero mode in Twilight Princess that will replicate that.
That's cool.
To make the game slightly harder.
Anything else?
But then Link's right-handed in Breath of the Wild, so it's like, oh, well, you guys don't care anymore, huh?
Oh, well.
So disappointing.
To be fair, in Breath of the Wild, can you still not play in nunchuck mode? Like in Breath of the Wild, you can still disconnect the controllers and use them one in each hand, and then you can do flurries by shaking the controller.
Oh, can you?
I think so. Yeah.
We didn't use any motion
of course
controls.
not.
I didn't see any
motion controls are fucking awful. They want me to use them in Mario Odyssey, and I'm not going to do it. Damn it. I'm pretty sure that they still have that same issue where you can disconnect the controllers and you get extra motion controls. So it does make sense for it to be in his right hand.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not happy about it.
Controls,
so. Yeah. Anything else?
Although I was just going to say the Pro Controller doesn't have gyroscopes in it, so it's slightly harder for me to aim things. I actually really like that about the Wii version. Was the aiming bows and stuff.
I can't stand it. Motion controls.
Remote.
The Wii remote.
I'm fine with pointers.
Yeah.
I think Metroid Prime 3 on the Wii was really good. And that was primarily pointer controlled.
Yeah, I just remembered I bought the Metroid Prime trilogy on my Wii U, and now I don't have a Wii U anymore.
I love the Metroid Prime trilogy.
What's that?
I love the Metroid Prime trilogy.
Yeah, I need to get a new Wii U. Anyone out there with an extra Wii U, send it my way. Raise your Wii U to the sky and send it to me.
Let those little Pikmin carry it.
Yeah. Does anyone still get that reference of raise your arms to the sky and lend me your power? Or am I the only one still using that in 2017, Year of Our Lord? What's that?
Tons of people. Dragon Ball Super is airing right now. Everyone's getting this reference.
Are they still throwing Genki Damas in that, though?
They do eventually.
Perfect.
I think it's a major plot point of the current arc.
Excellent.
I think everyone forgot that the Genki Dama doesn't hurt anyone who's not evil.
Yeah. Yeah, they probably did, actually. Yeah. Okay, so what else have you been playing? Is that pretty much it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah? Okay, well,
I can't think of anything else.
Okay, well, I'll jump into mine here. And so, I finally beat Danganronpa V3, and whilst I'm not going to go into spoiler territory, I am going to say that was maybe the worst Danganronpa game in the series. I think that game was... actively worse than Ultra Despair Girls, which everyone can agree isn't a very good game. I'm so used to Danganronpa games to being like pretty good the whole way through and then having amazing endings. Like when the big reveal finally happens at the end, it's like, oh, holy shit. I did not gel with the ending of this game. It is just, and it was one of those things where it's like, this is so bad that it ruined my enjoyment of the rest of the game. Like, I was just left disappointed. Like, I've been playing this game for what, 2 months now, maybe 3, like off and on. Like, you know, any spare moment I have, it's like, okay, let's bust out my Vita, play some Danganronpa. Like, I didn't think the characters were as good this time. I thought that the murders weren't as interesting. Like, they were all, you know, just very basic, like, not really of any interest murders. And then that ending was just, like, I know what they were going for. And the exact feeling that I'm having right now, they actually call out in the ending that, oh, people are going to feel like this about this ending. And just calling it out doesn't change how I feel about it. It just makes me feel like, so you knew that people would be mad about this, yet you still let it go through. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think you want to leave people hating your game. Like, that's not a good idea.
That's how I feel like it is going to be, I would say, the most... Like, people talk about an ending that you're either going to love or hate. I think that Danganronpa V3's ending is maybe the most split feeling ending I've ever seen. Like, you're either going to be in my camp where you're just disappointed, or you're going to be like, yeah, this was great. Like, nothing can top this, video games. But... oh, it was just, man. I just came away from that game feeling like I wasted my time, you know? Yeah. The only other thing I've been playing, really, I think, is Kiwami 2. Like, I picked up a bunch of other games. I got, like, Horizon Zero Dawn, Mad Max. I picked up another couple in the Black Friday sale, but I just haven't even got around to them yet. Like, my last week has just been waiting for Kiwami 2 and polishing up V3. I did find my son's copy of Monster Hunter Stories. I'm considering giving that a shot, but I don't know. That's a game that is going to be like a big time sink, and I don't know whether I'm ready to put that much time into a Monster Hunter spin-off game that's kind of for kids. The last time I did that was Yokai Watch, and I mean, I love Yokai Watch. The Yokai Watch anime is one of my guilty pleasure animes. Like, I just really enjoy it. If you haven't watched the Yokai Watch anime, just turn off your brain and just give like the first few episodes a chance, because there are some really strange pop culture references, and I think that the yokai themselves are really charming. But again, it's for kids, and I feel the same way about Monster Hunter Stories. Yeah, it's a good game, but it's for kids, and I don't have time to play a kid's game. I don't know if I mentioned last time, I finally...
Back to Mario Odyssey.
That's where my next sentence was going. I finally wrapped up Mario Odyssey. That has probably the best ending sequence of any game I've ever played. It is up there. Like, there are so many games out this year where the ending has just been completely nailed. Like, Nier Automata, I think, has one of the best endings this year. Yakuza 0, Kiwami, of course. Horizon Zero Dawn apparently has...
V3.
What's that?
Danganronpa V3.
Danganronpa's V3's ending can fuck off. What a waste of my time. Oh, you know what? Just I feel so bad because I'm frothing at the mouth with how mad I am at the V3 ending. But every time I go online to try and find discussion about it, everyone beat the game like a month ago, and so everyone's done being mad. No one's talking about it.
Well, you can still retroactively embrace their anger.
Yeah, oh, and I do. Like, because I went onto the Danganronpa Reddit, and I went down all the threads, and it's like, what the hell? Why did they do this? I just beat the game. What the fuck? And I'm just reading all these people pointing out, here's all the plot holes in the game. Here's all the stuff that doesn't make sense. And like, in the previous titles, I could wave those away because at least their internal rule set was consistent. V3's rule set, once you reach that final case, it's like, nah, fuck it. Nothing ever made sense. And it's just so disappointing. Ugh. Man, I'm so mad about it. If you want to chat with me about Danganronpa V3's ending, hit me up on Twitter. Yeah, we can exchange DMs in anger. Mario Odyssey.
Why don't you just create a new Discord channel?
Yeah, Danganronpa V3. Yeah, yeah, Mario Odyssey, I beat the story mode of that. It's really good. I can't remember whether I mentioned this last podcast, but I'm working my way through the post-game content, which everyone hails as the second coming of Jesus. I think that it's good. I don't think that it's going to be... I don't think anything post-game is going to be able to top the ending sequence. It's all just good. Like, it's the only game I can think of where it has a world that feels like it's ever-evolving. Like, does that make sense? Like, the things that you do in-game all lead to the finale. And then post-finale, it feels like, here's what everyone else did after the game was done. And you just get to go around to the different places and see, oh, here's so-and-so. They went and did this post-credits. Here's this person. They went and did this post-credits. And it's just stuff like that.
That seems alright then.
Yeah, it's great. But it's not... Everyone talks about, like I said, the post-game content is, oh, wow, you get to that post-game. That's when the real Mario Odyssey begins. But it's like, yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, just still more moons.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what it's just going to be. Like, yeah, it's kind of cool. There's more moons. Enjoy.
Yeah. I believe there is 999 moons. I am at 280. So, yeah.
Start grabbing moons.
Oh, man. There is a insane amount of moons. Yeah, and if you want to talk about Mario Odyssey with me, again, hit me up on Twitter or Discord, because Mario Odyssey is a damn good video game, and I want more in my life.
Yeah. I don't have Mario Odyssey. I believe the final boss was spoiled for me in a YouTube thumbnail, so thanks, YouTube.
Wait. I mean, I don't think we're spoiling anything here. The final boss is Bowser. You fight Bowser.
Yeah, I know.
The spoilers for every Mario since 1985. You fight Bowser.
You're forgetting about Super Mario 2? USA, aka Super Mario 2.
Yeah, I'm not, because that is actually, what is it, like Doki Doki Panic or something? With a Mario skin on it.
Yeah. Well, it's still still a Mario game. It's still canon.
No, it's not. I do not count that game as canon.
Well, that's where we got Luigi jumps higher, Peach can float, and Toad has like a weird jumpy thing.
I know, and I'm not happy about.
You have to count it as canon.
I'm not happy about that either. As far as I'm concerned, Princess Peach's moveset is controlled by her emotions. That's the only canon for me. Do you remember when that Princess Peach game came out, and there was so many news stories about how, like, oh, she's a hysterical woman who can't control herself. She lets her emotions get the better of her, and that's the crux of the game. And it's like, it's a video game, guys. Calm down.
It's weird, because the entire premise of that game is you can control your emotions and use them to your advantage.
Yeah. So, what does that mean? She's like a sociopath? She can cry on command?
Well, no, because she was using the power of the umbrella to do it.
Oh, okay.
Parasol.
Oh, okay.
It was a magical parasol. It was a big thing.
Yeah. I think that's...
It had googly eyes. It may actually be part of Cappy's kingdom.
I was just about to say, I wonder if that's canon to Cappy. I like to think so.
I think the Hat Kingdom and the Parasol Kingdom have a war.
Dude, that would be the
Hat
best.
Kingdom won. That's why all their starships are destroyed in the beginning of Odyssey.
Oh, that would be amazing. I love the idea of the Parasol Kingdom. Anyway, I think that's it for what I've been playing. Like, I don't remember whether I mentioned last time, my son picked up Bendy and the Ink Machine, which is like an homage to... What's that?
Oh, you never talked about this.
Okay. Bendy and the Ink Machine is a first-person horror game set in a cartoon factory. Like, it's got this really early Disney aesthetic. All of the characters and monsters in it look like Steamboat Willie characters. And you go through this cartoon factory, or this cartoon, animator workshop, where someone has created a machine that brings all of their animations to life in the real world. And the first chapter, it's like It's split. It's an episodic game. The first chapter is just like kind of haunted housey to get you in the mood, like that you just go around and you collect a bunch of shit to unlock the next episode. And there's no real monsters. There's a couple of jump scares, but nothing, nothing actually pursues you. And then as the game goes on, all different characters start coming to life out of the animations that they make, and it's really good. I think it's on sale on Steam right now for like $8 for the first 3 episodes. If you're looking for like a weird little survival horror game, I recommend it. The first episode's free, and again, there's only a couple of like really small jump scares. There's no monster pursuit, so that's been fun to play through. And again, it's got just its style and its aesthetic for a game that I feel like no one's heard of is really good. Like it reminds me a lot of like Cuphead style, but like even earlier.
You're a real flashier animation kick.
Black and white, you know what I mean?
Well, there's black and white mode in Cuphead.
Yeah. I think that's it. I haven't really been playing anything else. Oh, the one thing that I just started playing 2 days ago is Animal Crossing. What is it? Pocket Camp or what the hell is it called? Yeah, Pocket Camp.
Sure it's Pocket Camp.
Yeah, Pocket Camp on the iOS. If you have an iOS device and you like Animal Crossing, I highly recommend Animal Crossing Pocket Camp. It has kept me more engaged than the main Animal Crossing game. It's the fact that it's on my phone and I can just pull it out at any time. I think that it works way better than having it, on a 3DS. I really like being able to go between people's towns, seeing what they've done. I wish that there was a better way to make money. I think that it's a little too microtransaction heavy, just to get the really good stuff. But I mean, it's a game that you're meant to play every single day, and really, if you don't care about getting exactly what you want when you want it, you don't have to put a single dime in, and I feel like it's still a pretty good game. And for my money, like, I think I put $1 into it so far, because I'm like, yeah, I'll pay $1. Why not? That's what I'd pay for any other iOS app.
That's how they get you.
Then you know what? $1 is fine. Like, if 1 million people download this app and all give Nintendo $1, fucking A. They deserve it. Like, it's a really, really good time-wasty kind of game. Highly recommend. If you go on my Twitter, I think I have my Animal Crossing Pocket Camp username on there. So if anyone wants to befriend me on Pocket Camp, please do. There is one part where you have to get into a quarry to get the best materials, and you can either pay tickets, which cost real money, or you can earn them in game. But I'm trying to save mine. Or you can ask 5 friends to lend you their power to open the doors to the quarry. I have yet to get into this freaking quarry because I can't get 5 friends together on the same time to help me out. But yeah, so I guess the bottom line here is I need more friends in Pocket Camp. Yeah, I think that's it for video games. Yeah.
Don't join his Pocket Camp. Join my Kingdom Hearts party.
Hey, man.
I need people.
Dude, whatever. You know what? Pocket Camp is a lot easier to get into. And once you help me get into this goddamn quarry, you can uninstall it. It's fine.
What happens if you get to like the next quarry or something? If you need to storm Tom Nook and take the power back for the people.
That would be great. No, the big thing this time is there's a mechanic workshop. And they upgrade your camper and paint it and like expand the space inside. I don't think that a lot of people realize you can customize the inside of your camper van. Like I would say I've got about 10 friends so far on here, and every time I go visit their towns, I go inside their camper, and there's nothing in there. It's just bare bones basic. No one's done anything with their camper. And it's like, this is one of the coolest parts.
Like, they played it for 5 minutes and then turned it off.
No, like I got a couple of girls on mine who are like all in like me, and it's great. And visiting their towns is a treat because it's all pink and frilly and amazing, and it's like, yep, this is perfect. Yeah, decorate the inside of your camper van. I want to see that. My camper van so far is becoming like a band tour van. Like I've got like all my instruments and stuff set up in there. I've got a TV set up. I'm working towards getting myself a lava lamp. It's really cool.
And you still get Super Mario Brothers on an arcade machine.
As soon as I can get arcade machines, I don't even know if they're in the game, but if they are, I'm making the change immediately to it is the gaming van. Yeah. So let's move on from video games. Have you done anything else this week? Seen any movies? Watch any shows? Anything to recommend?
For what?
For people to watch, to check out.
Oh, I don't know. Not really.
No.
I've watched the new season of Star Trek.
Oh, is it any good?
It's not great.
Oh no, really? I heard it got better.
It does get better. It's such a bizarre opening. I don't know why in God's name they did this way.
Oh.
The first 3 episodes seem to be preamble to the actual story.
Really?
And it's a 9-episode season chunk, I guess they're doing.
Okay. Does it work?
So,
is it actually?
It's okay, but it's still just a weird. This doesn't feel like it should be pre-cook.
Ah, that's such a shame.
If
I heard they do a bunch of swearing in this one.
There's one episode where they say fuck for seemingly the shock value of people on Star Trek saying fuck.
Oh god, see that's the worst.
Which sucks because
yeah.
I remembered a couple days ago that in one of the movies, it might be Generations or First Contact, it says "oh shit" to punctuate a moment. It's oh, I guess they did swear in Star Trek, but it was used to fully punctuate a scene by a character that would make it worse.
Yeah.
Not just a random person saying "fuck yeah."
Oh god. Do they have a prime directive in this one?
Technically, yeah. I think they should be following it.
Ugh.
They met a bunch of energy-based aliens at one point.
See, that's cool. I like the energy-based alien episodes.
Prime directive.
Prime directive. Anyways,
but yeah, it does get better from the first 2 episodes, but it's still just just a little off.
They could have done better.
Yeah,
no, that's such a shame. Oh well. As for me, I have been, for some reason, I got bit with the Dragon Ball bug a couple of days ago, and I'm like, you know what? Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball was such a huge part of my childhood. I love those series, and I feel like watching some Dragon Ball, just going and seeing what those characters are doing now. So I took the initiative, and this might have something to do with my my PayPal notification to say that, hey, by the way, idiot, your Crunchyroll subscription just renewed. I went into Crunchyroll, and I started watching Dragon Ball Super. And I gotta say, that's a pretty decent series. That continues Dragon Ball Z really well. They fucked off Dragon Ball GT. Get rid of that. And it's just this completely new branching storyline of Dragon Ball Z. And I love it. And right now, it's just... I will say they rocketed through the first arc. They're retelling the movies that came out, and they're doing it all within, I'm on episode...
Get Battle of Gods and...
Yeah,
out the way.
Yeah, right now they're retelling the Battle of the Gods movie, where Goku gets the power of a god. An actual, universe-destroying level god. And he gets that power within 10 episodes. And 3 of those episodes are filler. It's just... Well, not filler, but, here's what the characters of Dragon Ball have been doing for the last however long. It picks up as soon as...
It's been, 2 months after the Buu saga.
Yeah.
It's very confusing.
It's so weird. Goku's plowing a field in a tractor, and he's like, oh wow, I can't believe that we just defeated Majin Buu 2 months ago. Now your mom wants me to get a job. I'm like, okay. It's been it's been 15 years for me, Goku.
The worst part of all this is this is still prior to the epilogue of Dragon Ball Z. It's going to make that epilogue so much more confusing.
I hear that in the latest episodes it goes weird places, and I'm so excited to see how this goes.
Yeah, I'm a little further. I stopped around the Goku Black arc.
Okay.
Way behind there.
Okay,
but that's first of all,
is that 100
why does
episodes
Trunks
in?
have different color hair? That's 60, I think.
Really? They changed his hair?
Well, Future Trunks. Future Trunks comes back again, and he's got green hair like Bulma, but young Trunks is still wandering around with purple hair.
It's a split timeline. He's from a timeline where he was birthed with pink hair, or blue hair, sorry.
But Future Trunks before had purple hair. And I don't understand.
Because the split in the timeline was when his chromosomes were forming.
But this is supposed to be the same Future Trunks, because he talks about, man, when I was back here before and we fought Cell. Oh, boy.
No.
The future's 1,000 times worse.
No. You see, here's the problem. That was a Future Trunks from the other timeline. This is the Future Trunks from the timeline where he has different colored hair, but now he's going back to this timeline because there was another split. Time travel is very confusing in the Dragon Ball universe.
It's insanely confusing, especially because like the series that you see is like 3 timelines deep. Like, the Cell that they fight is from an alternate future where they beat the androids, but didn't beat Cell. But then when Trunks goes back to the future, he finds that Cell wandering around going, I'm going to steal your time machine and start the Cell Saga, and Trunks just kills him instantly.
The Cell Saga just never happens.
It didn't happen in whatever timeline that Cell would have gone back to.
It's so confusing.
Yeah. And it only gets worse when Goku Black shows up. And he's like, hey, I'm Goku Black. I'm destroying everyone for their crimes. And I didn't get what his beef was.
I can't wait to find out. I hope it's like a Jet Li's The One situation, where he's just going through dimensions, killing all the other versions of Goku to get stronger. Man,
I think it's Goku fucked something up with some time rings or something.
Oh, fuck me.
Yeah.
Like the weirdest part for me so far is like they're bringing back, because it's set 2 months after the Buu Saga. They start bringing back characters, and it's like, yeah, remember this guy? It's like, fuck no, I don't remember this guy at all. Like they brought back like the Supreme Kai and the other younger Kai. And I think the Supreme Kai
and the Elder Kai?
Yeah, like I think the Supreme Kai might have been in a sword at one point. Like
no, that was the Elder Kai. No, the real confusing part is I believe isn't the Supreme Kai like back to what he looked like pre-fusion with his butler?
I think so, like a really old man.
No, that's the Elder Kai. He's fused with an old witch.
I don't remember, dude. Like, this is the problem. It's been so many years. I don't remember what these characters looked like. Like, these little side characters that were just, you're not Goku. Get the fuck out of here. I don't remember who the fuck they are anymore.
Well, there was an Elder Kai, and then for some reason an old witch somehow made her way to the Kai planet and took off his Patara earring and was like, oh, look at this earring. Men shouldn't wear these, only beautiful women should. And then they fused to become an old man. And then somehow they got trapped in the Z-Sword.
Yeah, was that ever explained?
I don't think so.
They're just, oh man, I can't believe we got trapped in that sword for 5,000 years. Huh?
The worst one is Future Trunks' sword.
Yeah.
That is explained in a non-canon movie that would make no sense for it to be canon.
Fantastic.
Like a guy shows up with that sword, and then at the end of that movie he's like, here you go, Trunks, have this sword. It's like, this movie could literally have not taken place in that timeline. Goku's around. He didn't die of heart disease. He turned Super Saiyan 3 in that movie.
Fuck me. I thought, okay, here's something that I remember. I thought that Goku could only go... Okay, and for everyone who's still listening, congratulations, you've reached the secret Dragon Ball part of this episode. I thought that Goku could only turn Super Saiyan 3 while he was dead because his physical body couldn't take the strain.
No, it can, it just takes the strain.
Oh, okay.
he only discovered it because he was dead, I think.
Oh, okay, and he could just push past his limits.
Yeah, but he can turn Super Saiyan 3 whenever he wants. It's just that he couldn't do it. He couldn't do it that day because he only had a day of life, and it would drain like hours out of it if he tried to use it.
Oh, okay. Oh man, what a good series.
Because everyone gets 1 day of life.
Yeah.
Thanks to Obaba.
Oh yeah, I forgot. That's something they brought back from the original Dragon Ball. I love that. Like when Goku's grandpa grows up.
She's always hanging around.
Yeah. No, I just think it's cool. Like it's just one of those things that they just keep bringing back. And it's like, oh yeah, that's a nice little hat tip.
Still don't have lunch. Don't know where she went.
She is in the final episode against Cell, if I recall.
No, she's in the Buu Saga.
Yeah, in the Buu Saga. Yeah. When he uses the Genki Dama, right?
Like that is a great series of callbacks, but She was like a main character for a long stretch of Dragon Ball.
Yeah, but then everyone realized that, yeah. Yeah, she's still my favorite girl in the series. Okay, well, you know what? Let's wrap this up here, because we've hit the Dragon Ball Power Hour, and I think that everyone wants us to release them from our grasp. Again, anyone who's still listening, congratulations. Go download that Kiwami 2 demo. It's definitely worth checking out. I mean, it's a remake of Yakuza 2, so there's no real spoilers unless you've never played Yakuza 2, and even then, if you just want to play it, like see what the Dragon Engine is like, skip the cutscenes, or hell, even watch them. I think it's worth checking out just to see where the series is going, because it is fantastic. Lachlan, again, thanks for sitting with me on this. I know we were a couple of hours late starting today, so it's appreciated. After this, my plan is to go look at some more Black Friday deals, and then I am going to go to bed because I need to get up at 5 o'clock tomorrow morning to beat crowds down with a bat to get my twins a Christmas present. It's going to be a good week. Anyway, Lachlan, thank you so much. Where can we see more of you?
I'm on Twitter at Rostachenberg.
Yep, and I am on Twitter at Yakfan.
If you want me to yell about Dragon Ball some more.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so stupid.
Yeah, we start a Dragon Ball podcast. Start up DBZ fan or DB fan. Okay. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening. We will talk to you hopefully next week. Bye.
Hey.